Ciao.
Ciao.
Sì,
Yeah.
veramente.
Sì, sì.
Parlare italiano?
Sono
Un piccolo.
I think Charlize is a jack of all trades. I just think you know everything.
It's not true. It's not true at all.
Okay, so how are we topping going to outer space in this movie?
Wow.
Wait, we can't talk about that.
Yeah, can we? I mean, that already passed.
We can talk about it.
They kind of did. They went
How?
over the
When?
moon. They
No,
went to
I-
the moon.
you're- I
Well,
know.
kind of close.
I mean, I know that, but you're
Ionosphere.
saying how do we top
Kinda
it? I say we
passes.
can't talk about topping that.
Give us a tease.
I'm not good at teasing.
Well, I can say that it is outrageous and incredible. Charlize and Michelle, that scene where you two kick each other's butts is unbelievable.
Oh, I'm so
I know
glad you
Vin
liked
said, "Oh my God, like I want to beat you."
That's so sweet.
Vin said that you trained religiously. Tell me about that scene and why it was so important to fans. Since 2017, we've been waiting.
Yeah, it's
Why do I
crazy.
feel like
They
I'm gonna
have.
cry? Are you emotional?
I'm
Oh,
always emotional.
I'm feeling your emotion.
I just
Don't take it in, Brie. Don't take it in. You gotta
I'm
breathe.
breathing.
As a
I'm breathing. I
woman-
wasn't expecting that. Okay.
She's super spiritual. Don't
Oh,
mind
me
her.
too.
Her aura extends all the way to your area.
That's your
so
words,
that's
not
why,
mine.
yeah.
Okay, please. I'm
So
settled
just
down.
tell me about this scene and training for it, preparing for it.
You know what? It was really helpful to come off of D&D, and do fast because, I was already like in workout mode. And so I was already training, because, to maintain the stuff, you gotta maintain the training. And so like I took 2 months off in between, but I at least had the base, of strength. So when I started training, 2 months before going to London to shoot, I was already like in good shape to start, learning some choreography and get some fight sequences going.
It's so good. How about for you? What was that like?
Similar. I was prepping for Olgar too. I was like 3 months into it. So fast, just rode that wave. Just got all that breath.
Rode that wave. Is that what you call that?
I really just rode that wave. I mean, listen, I was in shape. I was like, and I was learning very specific fighting. So there was a lot to use. And then when we met in London, like 3 days before we started shooting, we just utilized as much time as we could to kind of fight with each other because it was important to us to not fight doubles.
Yeah.
And that's something that, you really hope you get a partner that's like up for that, and boy, did I get a partner that was up for that.
You two are both up for it. The women of this franchise will go down in history as role models.
You looked at me when you said role models. I'm like, Cypher's not a role model.
She is a deadly.
You're all role models.
I mean, we could reduce it to like
She's as
determined.
cold as
She
ice.
gets what she wants, even though what she wants
is a
freaks
role
me out a
model.
little bit.
Why not to
And it's
be?
super
Gotta
crazy.
go for her ambition. She's ambitious. She's not
Woo!
making herself small.
No, she's
No,
not.
she's not.
For sure.
She's taking her
making
space.
space,
Yeah.
making moves.
That is so true. But this movie tells women to take up space. So what does it mean to you all to be a part of this for 22 years? And Brie, you just joined, so it's awesome to be a part of this, I imagine.
Aw.
It really
I'm so
is.
glad you're down,
I'm
man.
so happy. I don't feel like that's a you thing to answer because I'm new. I did this much in the movie.
What it's a good journey, early 2000s to now. I mean, the game has changed, in the industry itself. And it's just post 2017 women's movement, post women kind of pounding their chest and saying, you know what, I'm taking up my own space. Like this is I'm done with all this yin yang. Like enough. Come on, guys. We take up half of the planet. Like, relax. Like, move over. We gotta make our room, and it's just really great to just work with individuals who are, so confident in their own masculinity that they don't feel threatened by that. So I've been very lucky, to work with people like Jim Cameron, to work with people like Robert Rodriguez, to work with people like Vin Diesel, You know, it's like, you know, I've just been very, very lucky. And so looking back now at the Fast franchise to from where we started, where they're like trying to play all these games of like, this is what women are, and you're telling me, Mr. Dude with a penis? I'm like, thank you. But no, it doesn't work like that. Let me tell you what it's like.
Yep.
And so now, you know, to now where it's like, oh, that's what it's like. It's almost like they're learning too. And it's like, once you give the space to like open up and like, you know, you're open to receiving, then you kind of start learning new things about women in general that you probably wouldn't have known. And you need to have that confidence in your own masculinity for that to happen. So for all those action directors out there who want badass women in their movies, you got 4 Academy Award winners in this one. Like, you know, take notes. Like if you really, you know, want women, you know, to come in who are badass, like you need to have the space for that, because otherwise you're gonna get a bunch of no's.
Absolutely.
From people like me, and I'm sure from people like you and you.
I say no.
Yeah, I say no a lot,
love
more than I
saying
say
no.
yes.
Yeah.
Definitely me too. That's how you know you're doing it right.
Oh, okay. I like to hear
Just be
that.
confident in your own masculinity, babies.
Yeah.
You know?
Or, you know, you think about it as, for me, what changed things for me is a no is not just a no. It's a yes to something else. No, I won't do that. I say yes to me. No, I'm not going to do that. I say yes to this. So it's still a yes.
I love that.
So you don't have to get all tripped up on like, I'm saying no. You're saying yes.
Yeah.
I feel bad even bringing it up because I can't remember who said it, but I found it very profound because I suffer from this a little bit. She said, no is a full sentence. And it's this idea that we can, sometimes we say no because, and like softening it and taking the edges off it. And I just love that she was like, that can be a full sentence. Like there can be a period right after that.
Men do it all the time,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
we can do it too.
Try it out.
Jason is so funny in this role, and also
Oh,
evil.
so good.
The ballet leaps, the nails, the scrunchie. What did you guys think of his take on this? Evil
You can
character?
tell he's having fun. I love that enthusiasm.
I worked with him on his first day, the first day of the whole movie. Did he talk about it?
He said that
Yeah.
he said that he was like, oh God, and very nervous.
I was very
Oh,
nervous.
look at that.
He did not, by the
That
way,
is cute.
Wow.
if that's true, he was so confident.
You don't know how much of an icon you are, do you?
Stop
I
it.
guess because she's
Stop
her.
it.
She's her, so she
No,
doesn't get it.
He was amazing because there were so many things that he was still trying to figure out, whether it's going to be an accent or no accent or where. And he was in the middle of all of it and had to like come in on this one scene. And the dude just commits. I like no one I've ever seen. Like fearless in the sense that he can be dramatic, but he leans into it, like flak jacket on, lean into it, and just fully commits. Like it's not like a half commit, ooh, a little scared. Like sometimes I'm like, whoa, you really did it. It went all the way.
Yeah. Everyone on this cast is 110%, and you could feel it as an audience and as a fan. We are approaching 10 years since Paul passed away, and I couldn't help but think of him the whole entire movie. Michelle, you posted that Rome has really embraced his
Yeah,
legacy.
absolutely. I mean, I was having a little, you know, a huddle with my boy Vin, and right outside of his hotel. It was like 2 a.m. when I like left the huddle, and I'm on my way back to the hotel, and I see this car outside that was still there from like 10 o'clock at night when we showed up. And I was like, dude, this guy's like full on dedicated. Why does he have a replica of Paul's car from like Fast 1? And I was like, this is a beautiful piece of work. And so I got out of the car and I like got to talk to him. I think Carlo was his name. And it's just so beautiful. He's got, you know, all of these details for Paul in the car.
Oh, you saw it?
Yeah,
Wow.
and NOS tank, everything's taken care of with so much love and so much delicate like care. And it just leads me to remember, like, you know, all the times that we've gone, you know, to different parts of the world. One time I was in northern Italy, and I was gonna chopper from northern Italy to this clinic that I go to clean out my system after partying too much. And and I'm sitting there, you know, at the vineyard waiting for the chopper to come in. It sounds really bougie, but it was very small town. This is like a vineyard town in the middle of nowhere. I Airbnb'd like a little place in this small, tiny town in northern Italy. And the kids of the woman who has this vineyard, they literally said, Michelle, we want to show you something. And 3 boys, teenage years, they opened the garage door and there were lined up these beautiful cars, tuned out to the extreme. And I'm like, I'm at a vineyard in northern Italy, very, very close to Switzerland. Like, what the hell is a car scene doing here? What's going on? And it just reminded me, like, this is us in Manila, like, where everybody, crowds of people surrounding a mall. It's a community. It's global. It's all around the world. And it's like, just coming out of that hotel and seeing that young boy, there with his car and just with the love for Paul, the etchings on, and the light. I'm just like, yes, that's what it's about. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I hope car companies get in on that as well, because, it's like, don't forget, as you start making everything about chips and electricity and motors and stuff like that, you want people to have that ability to work on a car. You want them to be able to modify stuff. You want them to have that community that they used to have with their dad in the garage or their mother in the garage or their sister, That community is what it's all about.
Yeah.
And it's a culture.
Yes, it is. And and having Meadow is amazing in the
Yeah.
film. Beautiful. Beautiful
Yeah.
way to honor him.